Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Formable Nations video. Do you ever wake up in the morning and think to yourself, what wrong of World War II can I right? What was the greatest moment of that period which needs to be struck away from the records? And as I woke up I knew it was the Munich betrayal of Czechoslovakia. And so it came to me, how do we stop this terrible event? Simple, we're going to form Austria-Hungary.
Sup, it's your boy Oscar. Noticed you watching one of these formable nations and there still isn't a Balavar's Empire video. This is an outrage. A scam. A crime against humanity. I even subscribed. If you subscribe we can force his hand together. Join me.
All the good Edvard has done us in his democratic government, the great democracy of Central Europe, greater actions will be taken to ensure the German threat does not devour us. Czechoslovakia, 1936. Let's go Iron Man and let's go historical AI. In we go. Now Czechoslovakia starts in quite a troublesome position. We have until 1938 to get what we need to get done, because if we don't, well, the Germans are going to come for us and they're going to want to eat us by what? 1939 early-ish, 1938 late-ish on a historical. So speed is our key element. It's all down here in Munich where we will be betrayed by the Allies and left to be eaten like a small snail. So the best way to stop the German threat is to delete most of our entire army. Just only 4 things. This is of course 1 division training. And let's pick our first focus, political direction. We are going to have to go fascist. So as is the point of these Formable Nation videos, the key goal is to not get into a war with any of the 3 major factions, that being the Axis, the Allies and the Comintern. Yikes. Going for a typical research build. My production is heavily leaned towards transport planes because this will use paratroopers. Speed and paratroopers is the way forward. 5 speed, off we go! I'd also say you might as well get rid of your tanks because for this run I'm not going to be using them. So how are we going to make what we're hoping to make? Austria-Hungary. So in order to do so we're going to need to take out Austria, Hungary, Romania and Yugoslavia, although only parts of Romania and Yugoslavia, the northern parts. However, for this run, we're going to be doing even more than that in 3 key wars. The first war will be the war with Austria. A short war, quick in and out, home by Christmas. The second war will be a lot more complicated. It will be the Tri-War, a war between us and Hungary, Yugoslavia and Bulgaria all at the same time. This one is the most time reliant and will be quite difficult to achieve. The last war will be with Romania and that might come closer towards 1939, but hopefully we should be finished before World War II begins. Let's see how we go. In order to form the grandeur of Austria-Hungary, we must go right. Consolidating my air force. With electronic engineering done, we're going to move straight onto paratroopers, the key sort of fighting force of this entire run. Okay, as we're coming up close to go right, I'm going to get ready to hit the fascist demagogue. Straight in there. So how we're going to be doing this is, to flip to fascist straight away, we're going to have a civil war. Next focus is strategic decisions. We're going to head all the way down a taunt of our own to make sure that we can get Hungary for free. It's about this time I'm going to start training 1 horse unit. I've got the XP I need to train my paratroopers, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, and 10.10 means it's time for a civil war in 3, 2, 1. Prepare for civil war. Ignite the civil war. Czechoslovakia versus Czechoslovakia. Let's spawn our horse. It's important that before you begin pressing the play button, we do something very important for our 3rd and final war, even though it's absolutely years away in comparison. We need to begin boosting Romania fascist now. 48 political power, let's begin justifying on Austria. Perfectly timed. Go my little horsey, go! And just like that, we are now fascist. So, let's begin for our first war with Austria. As this is happening, we also need to prepare for our second war, the Tri-War. By the second this strategic decisions is done, we need to declare on Yugoslavia, on the very same day. Jolly good. This should work out perfectly because of how this focus has just ended, that we can declare these 3 countries before Japan completes Marco Polo and goes to war with China. Hopefully. I'm confident. It'll all work out. Paratroopers is done, which means we can begin training our paratroop divisions, the most important divisions we have. We're only going to be using single paratrooper divisions, we only need them to take the VPs. I shall call them small boys. Remember, we are still boosting Romania, we have been and we will continue to for the rest of the run. We're going to invite Romania, make sure not to invite Yugoslavia, because we're planning to eat them very soon. I'm exercising my army so we have enough for some support artillery. It'll just help push into Austria. I'm just going to set up some airdrops on all of the victory points. It's also worth sticking them on random tiles so that they become disorganised and they can't reinforce. The war with Austria shouldn't be a major struggle after all. Let's get dissolve Hungary. But remember, once you get the focus, don't use it. We need to save the focus for a massive free war. Table states. First war, won. Of course the issue is that now we've got no more manpower, and we're not getting manpower anytime soon. So the next few wars might be a little bit more difficult. Okay, so you may be wondering, how are we going to win a war against Hungary, Yugoslavia and Bulgaria? Well, the answer is simple, it's basically just paratroopers. Hungary doesn't have enough units to man its border against us, so for the tri-war we can just paradrop onto Budapest and Pécs and maybe a few of the other states, and that should be their capitulation pretty much instantly. Then it's Yugoslavia. We very quickly need to reclaim this entire border with all 11 units, as we then hopefully will have enough political power to go to limited conscription. That's more units, funnel them in, and then paradrop onto all of their victory points again. The Yugoslavian war will be just a war of holding them as long as we can, before eventually we can move down to Bulgaria. Bulgaria should be easy if we manage to take out Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia is the only one I'm actually worried about. We'll see how we go. Let's dissolve Bulgaria. Japan has just started Marco Polo Bridge. We need to declare our wars faster than they declare theirs. Don't mind me using paratroopers to garrison a border. I'm going to build some forts along the border with them. Okay, it's getting close. We need to be on the second the focus finishes. We're even going to bring it down to free speed once we get to the date. Our Yugoslavian focus is 5 days out, but we can wait that long. 54, and tomorrow we go to war. Assuming no guarantees. Hungary, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria. Not a single guarantee. Job done. Let's declare all our wars. And let's get to work in the tri-war. That's Budapest Pécs, and there's Hungary gone. Success. Okay, we need to quickly consolidate our forces along this line. Okay, now we just need to get the manpower up so we can actually secure this border properly. Limited conscription, long overdue I think. We're already making gains and they didn't even expect it. to be abandoning the front line, a classic misplay. And we've taken a lot of their capital cities. Can anything less be expected of a paradrop? And there went Yugoslavia. Wunderbar. Don't mind me doing more paradrops on every single province they own, just typical Hoi 4 things. I think it is. It's over. And there you go. 1937, massive coastline for Czechoslovakia. We ain't even thinking about Munich betrayals. We are on a roll. Germany ain't got nothing on us. It's time to do our industry to get a united population. This will take time. Let's just quickly join the Axis. Safety, security, and much less fear of being annexed overnight. Now it's just time to wait for one final war. 45% fascism for old Romania. Once they turn brown, we're going in. We changed our division template up to 7 twos with Arty, but the issue is that now we just don't have enough production. Which means we need mills, but we should be good before any major war happens. We can guarantee the independence of Germany. Now that's a meme. How is Romania more fascist than me? I'm going to go extensive conscription, just to make sure we have enough soldiers for the final war and get it done as quickly as possible. I'm going to quickly pick up aggressive wars so that when we do justify on Romania, we get the negative 25% bonus that should help us. And perfectly, Romania is now doing trade treaty with Germany just on time. Once they do this, they get 5% fascism, which means hopefully they'll flip over to fascist and we can begin the justification immediately. More paradrop all over their country. Hey, if the strategy works, don't fault it. And because we've got such a massive open board with them, they'll have to field all their troops to surround their country, which means there's less chance there's troops on their victory points, which hopefully secures us a pretty quick victory. Coming up on 1939 and the focus is almost done. The paradrop is ready. We can only wait and see now. The focus is done. Do they turn fascist? Come on. Any day now. Any day now, Romania. Any day now. It just happened. There it was. I got it on the day as well. Perfection. 205 days. Now, because they're fascist, we can even guarantee them just to show we care, lol. We can see that they won't join the Axis because we're in it, and they won't get guaranteed by the Allies because they're fascist. They can demand the Sudetenland all they like. I'm simply going to say no. They get an annex war goal against me, but I'm in the Axis, so they can't kill me. It works out perfectly. As you can see, Romania is now appointing a pro-Allied government. This is a very tight window, because if we hadn't have boosted all the way back at the very start when we just turned fascist, it would have only had, 60 days before we could have actually appointed the pro-Allied government. They would have got more democracy, and then they would have not been fascist in time, and then the next time they turned fascist, they would have immediately joined the Axis. I've got some artillery pushes coming up, which is basically more artillery in a 30 width unit. Okay, I think we're all good to go. We've got our artillery pushers ready to just push through. It's time for the third and final war, the war with Romania. There we go, we finally got Romania. So however you want to do this final peace deal is up to you, because you only need really Transylvania, like up to about here, or you could take here and here, then liberate Ukraine. Sorry, Moldova. No independence today. And there we go. We've created the Bohemian Empire with a weird Ukrainian buffer state between us and the Soviets. But let's do what we came here to do. Restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Oh, we did it. We actually did it. No war with the Axis, 1939. World War II hasn't even begun yet. Everything is chilling. How do we do in terms of industry? 104 civs, 42 mills. Oh, I'd say we're even better than Germany. Look at the civ to mill comparison. Massive manpower. And we didn't get destroyed in World War II. I think that's mission complete. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found this useful in some regard. If you haven't, maybe consider subscribing. It's really what keeps me motivated and makes me want to make more videos. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Thanks again. Bye.